Hi there, I'm Lisa Taylor. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you're watching on the replay, always put a hashtag replay and let me know where you're watching from. Then we can see all the people all over the world, which is so much fun. You know what I just realized? I realized that I have an intention bracelet that says truth, and I have a rock on my desk that says truth. I love this rock. It's actually kind of a feely stone. Listen, I wanted to just come on really quick and talk to you about telling ourselves the truth. Telling ourselves the truth. I was not feeling well recently, and I was kidding myself. I was kidding myself into thinking that there was something, that I was somehow separate from God, that somehow I had some agenda that I had to go off and do by myself, and I was separate, and I'm not. And the ego, the false sense of ego, would like to think that we are all that and we are separate somehow from our Creator, from the very source of our being. And when I got real with myself and I told myself the truth, I felt a whole lot better. It's like all we have to do is recognize who we really are. All we have to do is tell ourselves the truth. Who are you? Do you matter? Of course you matter. You were made for a purpose. You were made to be on the planet to fulfill a purpose. And you didn't come up with that purpose. The Creator came up with that purpose. So when the ego starts thinking that we're all that and we get to go off and do things on our own, and we start feeling crappy, just to put it plainly, it's the ego. It's the false sense of ego. And when we finally sit down and tell ourselves the truth, that we are here for a reason, that we matter, that our being, our very nature is coming from the source, it's coming from the Creator, it is not coming from us, we are not making it up, then we can relax. We can just be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I have been made for a reason, that I matter. You matter. I know I say it a lot, but I mean it. You matter. Tell yourself the truth that you matter. And it is not being egotistical. It is being the exact opposite. It is being humble. You matter because you were made for a reason. Don't be selfish and keep yourself from expressing who you are. Be unselfish and humble. Recognize that you're here for something very important. You feel you're here for a reason. You're here for a purpose. You have that burning desire inside of you. All of us have that. And to think that you don't, or to think that you're going to hide it or squelch it, or that you don't have what it takes to go off and express it, is being egotistical. That's the ego saying something about you, saying that you're too much or you're too little. That's the ego. That's not who you are. Who you are is the divine manifestation of mind. Who you are is an infinite expression of goodness, of love, of truth. Tell yourself the truth that you matter and that everything you think matters. When you think thoughts about yourself, I feel sick, I feel awful, I feel depressed, I don't have enough money, I'm in a bad relationship, I don't know, I'm not connected to people. All of those lies that we tell ourselves. Trust me, I am in the same boat with you. I struggle with the same stuff all the time. But what I realized this morning, when I do my practice, when I get up in the morning and I go get some physical exercise and I come back and I pray and I take time and I meditate and I get still and I listen to Source, everything goes better. Everything. I feel better. I get outside of myself. When we do our practice, when we connect with our true identity, when we tell ourselves the truth about who we are, everything starts to flow and we align ourselves with the source. We align ourselves with God. And then we feel the power of God expressed in our life. And it's no surprise that when we do that, everything goes better. So I just want to encourage you to tell yourself the truth Be real. Be real with yourself. If you're not getting up early enough to take time by yourself, to be quiet, to be still, to listen to that still small voice, be honest with yourself. You're not going to have as good a day. Get your butt out of bed. I say the same thing to myself. Set your alarm half an hour earlier. If you had a meeting with, and I don't want to say any particular person, but think of a particular person that you wish you could spend an hour with. The person you most want to spend an hour with. And if you had an appointment with them, the only time they could meet was 5 o'clock tomorrow morning, would you set your alarm and get up and meet with them? Of course you would. Would you miss it? No. Would you be late? No. Would you turn your alarm off and put it on snooze? I keep drooling. Put it on snooze? No. You'd get your butt out of bed. And you would go meet with the most important person. And guess who that is? God and you. The most important person, God and you. Don't miss your meeting in the morning with the most important person. Get your butt out of bed, have the meeting. And if that means go run a lap around the block, get some air in your lungs, get yourself awake, splash some water, take a cold shower, whatever it takes. Do what it takes. Get yourself out of bed and meet with yourself, your true self, in the morning, before the world rushes in and tells you all the stuff that you don't want to believe about yourself. I do it every day. Every day we face the same thing. We wake up in the morning and the world starts telling us all sorts of stuff that we don't want to believe. We're too fat, we're too thin, we're too tall, we're too poor, we're too rich, we don't have the right relationship, we wish we had the right relationship. Everything, we're not living at the right address, we're not hanging out with the right people, we don't have the right job. Everyone gets bombarded by the lies that the world would tell us every day, that you're not good enough, that something isn't right. And the truth of the matter is, you are absolutely perfect the way you are. You are absolutely perfect because you were made perfect. And we have to get in touch with that and tell the ego to go jump in a lake. We are the ones responsible for saying, ego, shut your little trap and leave me to my still small voice and let me listen to who I really am. Tell yourself the truth, that you do matter, that you do have everything you need, that your life is good, and it is just about how we are telling ourselves the story of our life every moment of every day. What is the tape that you have playing in your head? Is it a bunch of lies? Is it the truth? Tell yourself the truth. My intention bracelet says truth. My rock, I'm going to show you my rock. I know it says backwards, but it says truth. And it's a Feely stone, so it makes me... It's truth. The truth shall set you free. Gee, I wonder why that's a cliche. Because it's true. Okay, I'm going to be quick. So anyway, I should come full circle. When I wasn't feeling well, and I told myself the truth, guess what happened? My thought, the ego, I got off of the ego. I stopped feeling sorry for myself. I stopped sort of whining in my head about everything going on wrong around me. I focused on the truth about who I am. And interestingly, a day later, I thought, oh, I don't feel sick anymore. I completely forgot about feeling sick. And I was healed in that moment. I was like flu-y and it was awful. And I was healed in that moment. As soon as I told myself the truth, as soon as I turned thought away from ego and towards divine truth, my thought was filled with that. And I naturally wanted to look outward. I naturally wanted to give of myself. I naturally started to think outwardly. And I forgot about the ego, forgot about self. And guess what? The sickness was only attached to the ego. Because that's not really true about me. That's not the truth about me. So as soon as I stopped thinking with the ego, I lost the consciousness of feeling sick. And I was fine. Absolutely fine. In fact, so fine that I didn't even remember I was sick until a day later. I went, oh yeah, I was feeling really sick yesterday. And I'm fine. So anyway, tell yourself the truth. Tell yourself, understand that you matter. Oh, there's this thing. I wanted to share this quote with you, and I actually forgot. I almost forgot I was going to share this quote with you. The metaphysician, understanding scientifically that all is mind, commences with mental causation, the truth of being, to destroy the error. So what does that say? Start with mental causation, the truth of being. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. That's a quote from my favorite book, Science and Health, with Key to the Scriptures. So there's so much in this book. Be a metaphysician. Tell yourself the truth. Know who you are. Everything starts with self-identification, self-knowledge. Know who you are. Know that you matter. Know that the source of your being is pure and perfect. Stick to the truth of your being. Mental causation. Stick to the truth of your being. And that truth destroys whatever the ego wants to throw at you, no matter how horrible it seems. It's just the ego yapping its little lips away. Tell the ego to go shut it and stick with the truth of being. So I keep repeating myself because it's so important. Okay. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. If you know someone who's been listening to the ego, the false ego, send them this video. Send them this video and encourage them to understand that they matter. Send them this. You matter. You matter. You matter. You are important to the world. You were created for a purpose. Go be who you are supposed to be. Be true to yourself. Tell yourself the truth and be strong enough to go out there and be who you're meant to be. I'm doing it. You know, sometimes it's scary to get on here and just blab away because I have no idea. I know I'm supposed to, so I'm doing it. And it's not always easy, but I'm doing it anyway. I don't always look good. Sometimes my hair looks bad. Sometimes I feel fat. Sometimes I feel ugly. That happens. That's the ego talking. So I shove it aside. I say, you know what? I don't care what you think. I do not care what you think because my purpose is to do this. My purpose is to tell the truth. And I don't really care. If people don't like it, then don't tune in. Just tune me out. I have to do this. If you like it, share it. If you like it, show me some hearts. If you like it, put comments below. Let's keep doing this. And if you need to be speaking, then you get on here and do lives and speak. Okay, be honest, be true to yourself. And I will try not to drool next time. I was drooling tonight. All right. I love you guys. Yay. I see lots of comments and lots of hearts, and I really appreciate the hearts when I'm live. It's really fun. And I have to go because I'll just keep blabbing and then I'm going to talk myself into a corner. So I love you. I'm going to try to come on more often. I know I've been a little bit absent. I have lots of stories to tell about that, but I'm going to stick to this. Tell yourself the truth. You matter. I love you. Go out and be you. We all need to do it. And I love all the hearts. Thanks, you guys. Bye.